Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakawadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of the Great Millstone, and peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Start off with the 144,000, which would be the ruling governing body in the kingdom of heaven, which would be all men, 144,000. Also to a lot of the 1/3 in America, which would be men, women, and children. They'll be saved, but the multitude of believers. Right, 2/3 of all people here in America will be destroyed in Babylon the Great. You have the rebels that are scattered abroad, different countries that will be destroyed, and you have the elect that's scattered abroad that will be saved as well. Right, of who the world ignorantly and willingly calls black, Hispanic, Native American, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Jamaican, Haitian, Guatemalans, Panamanians, Cubans, right, speckled bread Israelites. You know, and we are the Israelites, man. You know, contrary to what the world wants to believe, man. You know, I'm your brother ARAM. Come get y'all another lesson. As y'all can see on the screen, my father's out today. I seen this today. It says 6 years ago this week, the Crown Royale C-19 was officially declared a global pandemic. All right, everybody knows, man. You know, that's when the world, you know, went through a change, and it went through something different that nobody in this lifetime has went through. You know, it could, you know, I gotta explain what it is, man. You know, it was a change, man. Most people in the world were scared, man, but that wasn't nothing. You know, as y'all can see, this dumbass this person, whoever this person is on the damn, like a damn train or something they own, like a subway or something. You know, they got a damn water jug in their damn head. You know, and this person got on damn, look like lettuce or something. You people are through, man, but let me get this scripture, man. Let me get Salakia, you know. These people are idiots out here, man. The Lord ain't gonna damn save these people, man. The Lord gonna kill these people, you know. So this is 2 Ezra 14, in verse 14. It says, "Look, let go from the mortal thoughts and cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature." All right, you know, right? Worried about stuff that ain't important. Right, set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times, man. Right? We haste to get out of here, man. The whole for you look. It says, "For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen should be done hereafter." That's the point. There's greater evils to come, man. You know, you got this war going on. It's been talked about for the last 2 weeks with Iran and the small hats of Israel getting hit, you know, with these missiles. Something's gonna go down, man. That's gonna be way worse than C-19. It's gonna be way worse. The world ain't ready for it. They wasn't ready for COVID to happen. They wasn't ready for that. But the hopefully luck was, you know, Lord willing, we are part of that number. Hey, did we know what day that was gonna happen when it happened? Because it happened March 11th, 6 years ago. You know, no. But we read the scriptures every day. We know that we expect these things to happen because that's what the scriptures say. All right. So we wasn't scared. I wasn't scared. I didn't even give a damn about wearing a mask. I mean, you know, you had to, but you know, in most instances, you know, but we weren't scared. These people out here, they was walking around clueless and they didn't know what was next. You know, people still walking around like that. You know, I mean, you don't see everybody wearing a mask right now, but I still see people every now and again wearing a mask. They just walking. They by themselves, but they got a dog and they walking with a mask on. Every now and again, I see somebody in their car with a mask on. I'm like, nigga, what are you doing? You know, that was 6 years ago. You know, of course, it didn't last just that year, but it lasted. They talked about that same one until a good year or 2 years, and then you know there was other variants and stuff, strains that was come out of nowhere, which we know this devil was playing games, man. But Lord's using this devil, man. He's that modern day Assyrian, man, the rod of the Lord's anger, man. And he's the wicked, he's ruling. You know, the Lord uses this man for judgment purposes upon you Israelites mainly, but as the world as well, because it's affected everybody. Right? And he's going to use them again for something else. You know, brothers talked about EMP attacks, right, where the grid goes down. That's going to be way worse, way worse, man, than the C-19. Right? That's going to be way worse. That was like the flu, you know. People getting sick, coughing. It was basic sicknesses. People, whoever sees this video, you might be like, oh well, how's the basic sicknesses? They shut down the whole world, bitch, because they was running a test on your dumb ass. Most people failed that bitch. You know, that's why. You know? And let me get this in the book of Isaiah real quick. Isaiah chapter 60, man, because if people wasn't asleep, you know, and dumbasses, they wouldn't have failed for it, but it's all the Lord's will. Right? It's all the Lord's will. Right? This is Isaiah 60 and verse 1. It says, arise, shine, for thy light is come. It says, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. You see, it says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness to people, but the Lord shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And that's talking about the elect Israelites, man. Right? That light, right? That wisdom, knowledge, understanding, right, of YASHAMIAHLA. Hey, they were going to have YASHAMIAHLA. They're going to have that light, that understanding of what's going on in the world. Right? Because eventually people are going to start having a lot more questions. You know, a lot of things is being exposed. And I know the EP files were being talked about a couple weeks ago, and they kind of stopped talking about that because of that war, which, you know, a lot of things are distractions too. But this devil, he's losing, you know, he's already lost the information war, because the majority of the world has woken up to his BS. You know, but he ain't gonna have no choice but to pull out that ultimate sword, man. That's what his blessing was, man. Hey, using a sword, using violence, using weaponry, using chaos, destruction. That's how he gets down. And the Lord's gonna use this man. The scriptures tell you that this is gonna be the worst time since there ever was, since there was a nation. The time that we in now, the time of the end of the world, the last days. Esau Edom is gonna be ruling, right? The pale people, the Caucasians, so-called. Which every so-called Caucasian person that looks Caucasian, they not an Edomite, you know. That's not what GMS preaches, man. You know, you got some people who look white and they may think they Caucasian, or you know, that's what they think they are, because, you know, they want to talk that they was Edomites, but they may think that, but they could be a Jake. We preach that it's about a spirit, right? But, you know, the point is, man, the Lord is going to use these devils to do something else. You know, let me get the book of Daniel right quick. Daniel 12. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there should be a time of trouble, right? A time of trouble, since there never was, since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time the people should be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book. You see, this is going to be worse than the transatlantic slave trade, the sub-Saharan slave trade, any slave trade there ever was, any war there ever was, the times that we in now, in this time period now, right? This generation, this is going to be the generation that the Lord Yahweh Shai, who the world calls the J word, returns, man. I firmly believe that, as well as other brothers and the elders believe that. All the prophecies have came to pass pretty much, except, you know, World War III full blown, right? And the MOTB being mandatory. See it. They've all come to pass. You know, all other prophecies, all the other captivities we went in, all the other heathen, pretty much they've ruled over us, man. Right? You know, and it's the most wicked Jake has ever been, the most wicked everybody else has been. So you think the Lord ain't gonna do nothing? You know? You think the Lord was gonna stop with COVID? Hell no, man. There's gonna be something way worse, man. Things that we can't even fathom, man. That's gonna happen worse than COVID. Right? Let me get the book of Matthew 24. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these things are beginning of sorrow. So what you see right here on this picture, right? These people are in damn, look like little mini tents, one person tents. And the band looks like playing, you know, you know, hey, people are through, man. It's damn unhealthy, fat bastard. You know, y'all can say what y'all want to say. You know, damn, got a damn grocery bag on his damn head. You know, look, a damn fake ass priest. Look like he's shooting a gun. It's not a gun, but these are real pictures, man. This is from the page Future Tech. Right? This is fucking stupid, man. You know? How you gonna still do? That's how you know this devil fools you people, man. The Lord's not dealing with the world per se. The Lord, Christianity is bullshit, man. All right, if you people was really with the Lord, and the Lord was dealing with you, none of y'all would have fell for this shit. You know. And I remember, you know, going out to eat, you know, when COVID was big, and they had like a little QR code. They would give you like a mask at certain places, you know, and you have to put on a mask. As soon as you sit down, you take that shit off. What? That don't even make sense. You get exposed, right? You gonna get sick. But you know, the Lord is not dealing with this place, man. He's only dealing with the Israelites, man. You know, the elect of the Israelites. The Lord's never dealt with no heathen, man. That's why these people, they just followed away the vibration of this world, wickedness, you know, stupidity, folly. Oh, look at this folly, bro. What the hell is this? I don't even know what that is. Look, you got on a hazmat suit. If brothers ever worked in, like, you know, construction or you know, worked around hazardous material, you know, that's what it looked like to me. You know, I could be wrong. Like some, I don't know, maybe wrapped up posters or pipes or something. I don't know. The point is, the Lord will do something worse than this. People were spooked during COVID. That wasn't nothing. You know, like, what the hell is this? A damn umbrella with holes cut in it so they can see through it? Now, this may be fake. It's like it's kind of fake, but people was wilding, man. I remember, you know, people was going crazy, man. And this time, it ain't gonna be a comparison, right? And it's gonna remain like that. The world's gonna remain as bad as it's about to get, and it's gonna get worse and worse. That's what's gonna happen, right? Just because that 6 years went by, but that the Lord ain't done. The Lord didn't even. That was just the tip of the iceberg. Y'all about to really feel it. There's gonna be a famine, right? You know, there's gonna be a lot more death. You know, this society is gonna fully collapse to where people ain't gonna be working no more, driving, and you know, planning trips. All that shit about to be shut down, man. You know, just wait. The Lord about to do something, man. You know. Let me get this scripture in 2nd Esdras real quick. Then I'll close out. 2nd Esdras 8, verse 50. It says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that dwell in the latter times, and shall dwell in the world, because they have walked with great pride." So due to the world's wickedness and their great pride, people thought that they was just going to be able to do whatever the hell they want to do and get away with it, because that's what Christianity preaches. Just come as you are. He loves you unconditionally, right? You know, all you gotta do is accept him today. Accept him today. Your ass was a damn EP. Your ass was a damn PDF file. You know, your ass was a damn thug, a gangbanger, a damn drug dealer, murderer. You was doing all types of wickedness, right? You know, you was in the alphabet community, right? Rainbow community, right? And I don't even like really using that term, because a rainbow itself is not wicked. They made it a wicked thing, but it's not wicked. The Lord created the rainbow, right? To tell you that He wasn't gonna flood the earth again. That was a covenant. He told Noah that during times of Noah, right? But it's gonna be worse, man. You know, it's all His gonna break loose, and it's gonna be something that you've never seen before that's gonna take place, man. I believe that's one of them things, man. Maybe I remember hearing about brothers having dreams about people turning into like zombies, man. That's the times we're in, man. We're in the times of the unknown. As far as if you're not in this truth, man, you're not gonna be protected, right? And that's for the other Israelites. We gotta keep saying that, you know. These heathen, these other people in the world that's not Israelites, you know, they done it too. But you also got 2/3 of our people that's in America. They done it. Most of our people are done. They're not in this truth. They're wicked. They rejected the Lord, so the Lord's gonna reject you. You know, He's gonna have you be out here like them and have you done in the worst way. You know, so you people thinking that the Lord is gonna do nothing. The Lord is angry, man. You know, and rightfully so. So hey, prepare for much more to come, man. We praying that YASHAMIAHLA keeps us in the faith, and protects us. You know, He gonna protect somebody. He gonna destroy people. You know. So with that, I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna give our honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and Apostle Green Millstone. Until next time, I want to say Abba Ball, Shalom.